welcome back. Bob the Vaping Computer Guy here with you between Christmas and New Year's. I thought about doing a quick year-end video of some of my favorite devices, tanks, juice. That seems to be all the trend, you know, trying to see what came out this year. I've been vaping since about 2014, sometime beginning to middle of 2014, and I got into it very quick. So, you know, this last year has been really a lot for me, doing reviews, doing a lot, buying a lot more stuff, getting stuff, looking over a lot more stuff, doing a lot of building, stuff like that. So this is my first full year of really being into vaping, which I find not so much not to smoke, but as a great hobby and something I greatly enjoy. So I thought I'd share, from what I've learned from all my reviews and everything I've been doing this year and everything I've purchased, some of my best devices, what I like the best, what I enjoy the best. When I started with something like, first started with those $6, single-use cigarettes that you throw out, the real junky things, and then moved on to something like this, a Crown 7, this, little, no control over it. It's just on or off with these tanks, and I had dozens of these, but I haven't saved a lot more of it. I saved them, so I saved one that I just keep on here. Turn that off. That I throw on my shelf here to remember. And one time somebody gave me one of these Eon smokes, but it's kind of proprietary. Nothing else works with it. Then I ended up moving up to this Spinner 2. All right, much better battery. Nice being able to have a little bit of control, control from 3.3 to 4.3 volts, and that was really nice. Then you get really fancy. You move on to something like this, which is an iTaste VV. Wonderful, great device. Probably battery's almost dead on here, but let's see. Little screen on there, get control your wattage or voltage. Yeah, this had variable wattage and variable voltage, I believe, which was wonderful. Then you move on to something like, I'm going to forget the name of this now, V something, oh man, I can't remember the name. Nice device, single 18650 battery, or you can even throw in one of those small 18350 batteries. I haven't used them so long, got to think of the name. And that was really nice with a nice screen. Then you start moving on to I had one mechanical mod there. And this is a smoke extender. Nice little device there. That's the only mechanical device that I have, that I own. Then you move on to all the other mods. And that's where we are now, with all these variable voltage, variable wattage, temperature control, dual 18650, single 18650, LiPo packs, and all that stuff. So I thought what I'd do is, like I said, put together a video, just go over what I like, what I found the best devices that I've used this year. Now, I certainly haven't used nearly as much as many of the other people out there, especially people doing reviews, but I've used a bunch of them, and that's it. I hope I missed this part, so I hope you had a wonderful Christmas if you celebrate Christmas. I spent my time doing a woodworking project. You can see a picture there. For my wife, who wants a wishing well for the yard for springtime. So still got to paint it. That was what I did over the few days of the holiday. So little break here between Christmas and New Year's, and I'm sitting down and doing a video. So here we go. What I liked, let's see. Well, there's certain things, I didn't put much work into this, so I just have a few notes and a few things to go over for you. The EVIC, I think, was clearly one of the best devices of this year. A device that goes for $50 with such a large LiPo pack built into it. There are some problems out there, I have no doubts, and there are people who will fight to the death arguing with me in the comments, who have on this video of mine that I did, that there's no problems with it and stuff like that. And then there's hundreds of other people that I've seen saying, yeah, I had that problem too. There are some out there where even when you lock the resistance and temperature control, it slips. And I don't mean so much that it slips in the display of what it's showing as the resistance, but that you're vaping on it, it's fine, you put it down, you pick it back up, and suddenly you can't get the hit off of it that you were getting before, and you got to increase the temperature 20, 30, 40, 50 degrees to get the same vape. That is a known problem with this. Not all of them, just some of them, a handful, a bunch out there, maybe 20% of them from what I would estimate from the amount of people who said they've had the same problem. Still like it. Mine has that problem. I still love it. It's a great thing. You charge, you take it with you, take off that silicone case. It's a nice looking device, and it just vapes great. Nice device, solid, well built. I like it. Another device I love that I haven't used nearly as much as I should, just because I have so many other devices, is the IP V3 Li. All right, it's a great device. It's a dual 18-6. It's a nice feel on it. If you can get that door open, look at that. Would help if you open the right side. All right. Nice device, works well, reliable. Nothing I could say bad about it except I don't like the menu system. I think it's a little bit of a pain to get through the menu sometimes. But other than that, it works well. Another device that I like and still recommend, 150 watts. I believe there's a software upgrade to 200 watts, which I haven't done. It works perfect for me like this. I found no need to upgrade it. One surprise for me was the V-Park devices. This is a 150 watt box mod, metal box mod from V-Park. Did a lot of giveaways from them. Very nice company. They're making some good products out there. It really just is a rock solid, reliable device. Very easy, a little innovative. Turn wheel, on, off. Temperature, wattage, simple, little roller up here, and it just works very well. I find myself going back to these all the time, popping 2 batteries, take this with me, and they're just really solid, really nice device. All right. Still use my E-Leaf iStick 50 watt. I still use that all the time just for the size. It's just wonderful. Great with this little haze RDA on there. Just a wonderful little device. I like it. And lastly, I guess I'd say with mods, even though I haven't had a lot of time with it, is this Relo RX200. Another $60 box, $50 to $60, sometimes $45. 3 18-650 batteries. Just packs a lot of power. Lasts a long time. Works well. Reliable. A little bit on the heavy side. Little top heavy there. And I've dropped it twice. And I don't drop my mods. I don't like dropping things, and I don't drop them. This just because sometimes you hold in it and just, I don't know, it's just like you expect it to be lighter. As soon as I pick it up and it slipped out of my hands. But that's what I use on a regular basis out of all the things I've tried and own. And I think any of those devices is a great device. In drippers, I haven't bought a lot of drippers lately, but if I was going to go, I'm trying to remember what I said here. This Fishbone, I still go back to a lot. This is the original Fishbone. All right, it works well. It's glass. Simple 3-post bottom airflow, which normally I don't like bottom airflow, just because if you over drip, you go right through and you leak onto your mod. But this has a really deep juice well, and it just works well, and I've always been happy with it. Then they came out with the Fishbone 2 or Plus, which looks nothing in the world like the original Fishbone. And it bugs me that it's got glass, that's it. Why they called it the Plus, it's totally different. It should have been called something, not even a Fishbone 2, a totally different device. But I still find it as a great dripper. Nice big well in there, works nice, great taste out of it, looks good, doesn't look like a dripper, looks like an RTA. But just wonderful. And then something I've had since 2014, but I'm going to throw it in anyway. I still go back to a Dark Horse. This is a Dark Horse, and this is a clone, but this one, it just works well. It's simple, it's nice, large bore on top there, and I've been very happy with that. So those are the 3 that I use most out of all the ones that I've had. RTAs. This is the thing that there's a new one every day. It's the hardest thing to come up with good ones. well, I shouldn't say it's the hardest thing because there's some that just stand out, which is what I'm going to talk about now. I would have to say my favorite RTA that I've used is probably the Phantom tank. Some people, that's controversial, some people hate them, some people love them. I don't know which is the original tip on it, but I've been so happy with this tank. I've had no problems. I actually cracked the glass on it though, but it's the glass, the upper glass that's behind here, and it doesn't leak. I've still been using it, and I can't find a replacement glass for it anywhere. I just contacted the manufacturer, Horizon Tech, to ask them where I could get it, and so they haven't responded to me yet. But I've been very happy with this. Two complaints about it I do have. It gets hot, all right, if you're vaping unsteady, and this fill hole just is really, I think, it works. You know, it's one of these, you turn it sideways, and then you got to drip into that side hole, holding it at a little bit of an angle so that you can get the air flow on one side, and it's weird, but the taste I get out of this is just wonderful. I've been so happy with this. I think it's just great. Just a great tank. The TFV4, again, some people love them, some people hate them. A lot of people say the Mini is much better. I haven't used the Mini. But the TFV4, I've been very happy with. I think it works great. I think you get a lot of smoke out of it. Buying these coils, a little expensive, but it's a good tank. I think they came out with a good product. Two more. Surprise for me this year was also V-Park, just like the mod, was the, I got my little white band on there to tell me what juice is in it, is these V-Park tanks, all right? These tanks just work great. They're not for cloud competitions. They're not going to be taking those tri-coil TFV4 type coils in there, but it just works wonderful. I just love it. $30, vaping us on 30 watts, very happy with it. Just very nice tank, nice taste, top fill, easy to change the coil, simple, easy to clean. Not the biggest juice, for holding juice, but it just works great. Lastly, I'd have to say is the Triton. The Aspire Triton tank, which I also had on here, works well. I like this tank a lot. What else can I say about it? That's not the Aspire Triton. Unbelievable. I'm holding the wrong one here. Where did I put the Triton? I can't find my Triton tank. All right. Well, you know what it is? This is the Triton 2. Okay. I'll have a review coming up on this soon, but I could tell you now. Here's my Triton tank. I actually put it in the back to be clean. So there's the Triton. That's not the original tip. The Triton tank I love. It's easy. It works well. It's just great, taste out of it. The coils are cheap. They're easy to pop in there. The Triton 2 tank did not, by any chance, make my favorites list, but we'll have a review up on that in a few days. But yeah, no, Triton 2, forget it. The original Triton tank I like a lot. It still works. It's reliable. I don't need that top airflow. Doesn't have to have it, but you just don't use it, and then no problem. But it's a good tank. I like the Triton. Throw it back in my area to be cleaned. All right. That's my desk where I throw all the dirty stuff that I have to take upstairs and clean, then put in the sonic machine. So there you go. That's my choices for tanks. I'm sorry this is not so organized. I'm just throwing this together here based on looking around here and my picks. Juice. What good is having the best mod, the best dripper, the best tank if you've got lousy juice? It's the most important thing out of everything. You have to have juice that you like. I guess I have 3 lines that I was gonna, there's individual juices that are good too, but I was gonna give you 3 lines to stick with. First, big surprise that I was very happy with is this Vaporfi Grand Reserve line. Someone from Vaporfi contacted me a number of months back, and they said, before you get to be too big of a reviewer and you won't review our puny little juices, we'd like to set up a relationship with you and send you this new line and also give away 6 juices, which we did. We gave away 6 juices, and I think pretty much everybody was happy who got their juice. They have 6 juices in this line. Every juice in this line is 100% vapable to me, something that I would vape again. 3 of them really stood out. There was the coffee one, which is called Catcha Latte. There was their cotton candy, which I actually have in here, which is called Cloud Candy. And their last one, which I'm out of and have to order more, is their Rainbow Reserve. Oh, Rainbow Custard, I'm sorry, Rainbow Custard. Now, I don't even taste that as a custard. To me, it's just a unique strawberry vape. But they call it Rainbow Custard, and I love it. Absolutely great juice. So that whole line, if you don't know what to order and you want to go order something, go pick up that whole line, the Vaporfi Grand Reserve line. I think they're all great. I'll pick up a couple in there that sound good to you because they're wonderful. If you're on a budget, Xpotios e-juice. Xpotios makes some really good stuff. This Heaven's Cream, this is like their base, and I usually get the Heaven's Cream Strawberry, which that's the base of it. They have this Juicy Fruit, which is wonderful. And it's a budget line. They save money. They print these stickers, which are kind of stretched out and don't look so good. And then they handwrite on top what it is on some of them. Some of them they're pre-printed. Great juice, good line, quick shipping, good quality. If I had to say anything about it, I find that some juices don't have a good shelf life. You get the juice from them, it's fresh, or maybe it's steeped a little bit, but wonderful juice, great juice, love it. Leave it sit there and don't vape on it for 4, 5, 6 months. It's no good anymore. Or I shouldn't say it's no good, but it certainly is not the same caliber that it was when you first vaped on it. That's what I get from Xpotios e-juice. Their prices are great though, and if you're just going to buy it, vape it, move on, wonderful. Go for it, try it out. They have so many flavors there, so many options. It's great, and you'll find links to all this stuff below. And then lastly, which I think is a great balance of a little bit more expensive than Xpotios, nowhere near as expensive as, well, even like the Grand Reserves. I think those are like $20 a bottle, but they have wonderful, wonderful juice. It's this company, which is Seduce Juice, their line. Here's a couple of bottles here. These are 2 of my favorites. This is their Magnum Opus, which is a very fruity, tropical kind of vape. This is one of their cereal. I'm sorry, do I get these backwards? Yeah, Seduce Juice. No, yeah, that's right. The Magnum Opus is their fruity one, and this Fruition is their cereal line. Can't think. Yeah, so that's their cereal vape, and it's just wonderful. I'm getting these in the 120s, and their prices are great. I think it's like $35 or something for 120 milliliters. It's wonderful. Check them out if you get, and they do a great job of. They have sample packs that you can get. You can spend like $25, I think it is. And get a whole bunch and get half a dozen bottles of their samples. Try stuff out, and nice thing with them is they're smart. They always throw something extra in there. At least for me, every time I place an order, whether it's 1 bottle or 6 bottles, they throw an extra 15 milliliter bottle in there, something new to try. And almost every time I've loved what they've given me and went back and bought more. So there you go. I think they're great. Seduce Juice. Check out the link below. That's about it. I just wanted to put that together. I figured, I'd like to let people know out of all the stuff I try, if you're looking for a new mod, you don't have one of the ones I recommended, those are all great. Tanks, I think those are the best tanks, best drippers that I've used. And with the juice, those are just 3 great juice lines. There's a couple others out there, but those are the main ones that I would say stick with those lines, and you'll be happy no matter what you get from them. They're just all great. Well, I hope everybody has a great new year. I hope this was a little bit informative, even though, like I said, a little sloppy, not put together too well, just a quick rambling, but I hope you enjoyed it, and have a happy and safe New Year's Eve if you celebrate it. I'll be sleeping because that's well beyond my bedtime. I have small kids, and small kids, 9 and 11, but to me that's a lot of energy being sucked out of me there between work and that. So 10, 11, 12 o'clock comes around, that's the end for me. Not staying up for any ball droppings. So you enjoy it. See you next year, and thanks a lot for watching.